Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome all, this is your host Apex Ashan, and today we are going to be reacting to the Game Awards nominees, and we're going to make our votes here right now, and we're going to do it live. I just realized that I can't see the YouTube chat here when I multi-stream, so I'm going to have to open up a YouTube link right now and have that ready to watch. But right now, oh my god, I heard myself twice. Okay, hello Oadell, how are you doing? How's it going? If I talk on Streamlabs, does it pop up in the YouTube chat? It doesn't. Oh, mamma mia, that's a problem. Oh no. That's something I need to figure out. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe I'll stop multi-streaming until I can figure out how to combine the chats. That's a problem. That's a pretty big problem. And before we begin our stream, we gotta do our tradition. Some G Fuel. We gotta fuel up! Now, I was a little hesitant to have it at this time, but then I realized it's only 6. I'm used to streaming at like 8. So, you know, when I was not a full-time streamer. I don't know why I'm making that face. Alright. Let's get our G Fuel. We gotta fuel up, boys. We have to get the energy. We need all of the energies. Don't know why the chat's not combined. That's unfortunate. Got our lingonberry. In case you guys noticed, I have a little bit of a... I don't know how to... Right there. There we go. Right there. A little brand new game. Might be streaming. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh. Yeah, it's weird, but I like it now. I like PewDiePie lingonberry. Don't ask me why. I just do. Alright. Let's move our screens around. I don't know why my chat's not combined. Is there a way I can combine chat? There has to be a way I can combine chat. Universal player. Unified chat. Chats can be enabled as soon as you start sending stream to your chosen destination. The chat feature is limited to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So click connect chat. Oh, Ionita, welcome. How's it going? The berry taste has been acquired. Okay, I'm only seeing the chat right now. Okay. I'm trying to make this multi-stream work. I is here for Baldur's Gate 3. Yep. Baldur's Gate 3. I will bet my kidneys Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win the Game Awards. Mark my words. Okay, it looks like the chat feed is working. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can see it now. Okay, so I'm gonna move... Sorry, I'm just making sure all my screens are okay. Close YouTube for now. Throw in this over here. And, okay, cool. I can see Twitch. I can see YouTube. Everything is going well. I got my PewDiePie G Fuel. Have you voted yet? No, I have not voted yet. We're starting right now. Smart betting kidneys for that. Okay. Let's Where's my Streamlabs? Okay. Let me switch over. Sorry for this taking so long. Alright, cool. We got everything running well. We got everything looking fine. My mic is picking up everything perfectly well. Alright, Game Awards, December 7th. Let's start the voting. Have you played Lies of P? I haven't, but I've been really wanting to because it looked pretty fun. It has that, you know, Dark Souls kind of vibe, but it's a lot more fast-paced, and I feel like fast-paced games like that are more something I would enjoy. I guess people would compare it more to Bloodborne, and I really like the whole like lying and telling the truth, how it affects the story and affects your character. And yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I'm really intrigued by it, and I do want to try it out eventually. It's just a bit too pricey at the moment. There's a lot of games out right now. If Baldur's Gate doesn't win, this is rigged. It's so rigged. Like, the Baldur's Gate blew up the internet. Like, it was all my feed, like on Facebook, on TikTok, like all I saw was Baldur's Gate. Now, we're already at the most crucial, most important, most biggest vote of all. Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers an absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. We have Alan Wake 2 by Remedy Entertainment. We have Baldur's Gate 3 by Larian Studios. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 by Insomniac Games, which I was streaming on Twitch. I said it was Marvel's Spider-Man 2, but I was really just playing Spider-Man 2 on the PS2. Resident Evil 4, Capcom. I've never gotten into Resident Evil. I don't usually play spooky games, spooky dookies, but I should definitely give that a try. Mario Wonder is something I've been playing quite a bit lately. Now, I'm not really the biggest fan of 2D platformers, but I've been having some fun with this. I do think it might be like one of the best 2D Marios I've ever played. I really liked the art style and the flair and the personality and I like the differences that they put into the game. And then, of course, we have our second Nintendo IP, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, which I think would probably win if it wasn't for Baldur's Gate 3. In my opinion, I'd put Baldur's Gate number 1, Tears of the Kingdom number 2, and Spider-Man at number 3. Tears of the Kingdom, I'm sure, has done many things to improve upon Breath of the Wild, but Baldur's Gate 3 was a completely new experience, and the amount of detail, the amount of attention. I've been telling everyone to play Baldur's Gate 3. I've been hyping up that game before I even owned it. I was like, I in the beginning, I didn't even want to buy it because I had too many games to play, but I told myself, like, I could clearly see how much detail and attention and love was put into this game. Eventually, I did end up playing it because I just couldn't ignore the hype around it. And once I started playing it, I just got lost into it, lost into the world. It was addicting. It was fun. It was amazing. I still haven't beaten it yet because, you know, Apex Ashan doesn't beat games. But anyways, I loved the amount of attention to detail this game brought. Like, every single thing in the game was voice acted. That is amazing. Not just like not just like the main story characters, but random characters that you see. All of them have voice lines. Every animal is voice acted. Every like squirrel on the floor is voice acted. Like I had conversations with rats, and they all had voice actors and dialogues, and like each rat had a different voice option. Like, it was incredible the amount of attention and detail they put into this game. And yeah, I just found it addicting, found it enjoyable. It was good storytelling, good pacing. Like, I enjoyed Divinity because it was the first like D&D like game I ever played, but Baldur's Gate 3 literally just took Divinity and ranked it up by tenfold. And yeah, I think it truly deserves to be Game of the Year. You know, a lot of these games are sequels, and they kind of just improved upon what they've done before. And yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is a sequel too, but like Baldur's Gate 2 and Baldur's Gate 3 is like night and day, completely different games. Like, the amount, especially with how old Baldur's Gate 2 is, I can't give Baldur's Gate 3 enough more. I can't say enough of it. I can't say it's like if you've been seeing people's reactions to the game, you'd know that people have been saying things like, this is what a $70 game is. This is what $70 games should be. And like, there's no DLC, no extra microtransactions. It just gives you so much content, so much replayability, and it's fantastic. Like Baldur's Gate 3 was such a big deal. Such a big deal that other gaming studios, I think like CD Projekt Red and Rockstar, maybe, I think those were the two. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they were even like scared about how amazing this game was, that they told other people to not expect the same thing from this game, to not have the same kind of expectations from their games and their series, which is pretty dumb, because that just makes them sound lazy, not trying to improve their games to the same effort that Larian puts into their games. But yeah, without further ado, I do think Baldur's Gate 3 truly deserves it, hands down. We need to do a co-op run of BG3. I'm down. I don't know how often we can play it though, because BG3 is super long and has a lot of content. And honestly, my computer can like barely run it. I've been wanting to stream it, but I can't, because I have to play on low anyway. And when I like try streaming it, it's like, it just chugs. Like, a funny thing, when I started the game, you know how you start on that like ship and then you land? Like, there was this whole cinematic where the character falls off the ship and then he like levitates and then lands gracefully. None of that was rendered when I played Baldur's Gate 3, because my computer was so, like, it was just chugging. It was like barely running. That entire render did not happen, and my character just kind of like T-posed and fell down to earth. So like right off the bat, it was barely running, barely chugging. But yeah, I was still able to have fun with the game. I was still able to enjoy it. But yeah, I'm really impressed by the game, the amount of detail that was put into the game, the amount of love and attention that the developers put. Like, they're literally hearing everyone's ideas and thoughts, and people, like the mods people are creating, they're actually like implementing it into the game, which is amazing. Like, I've been wanting them to add customization to like your character halfway through the gameplay, like in case you regret something, and they added that recently. So it's amazing how much love and care and attention and detail and effort and time they put into this game. It's solid, it's fantastic. I wish Pokemon games could have this much love and care as well. Yeah, I think it's amazing what Larian did here, and I think it's amazing the amount of love Baldur's Gate has gotten because of it. And I really hope that more developers put in a lot more effort into their games like Baldur's Gate 3. You know, if the next Pokemon game can be as amazing as Baldur's Gate 3, which is never going to happen, but if the next Pokemon game, if they can put up that much care and love into it, like, it'll be amazing. It just sucks how many games they just really care about money over making something amazing, making something that fans love. I feel like a lot of developers just lose themselves into just being greedy about money and etc. I'm like on a huge tangent and a huge ramble. I was planning to just quickly vote and call it a day, but I don't know. I had to talk a lot about Baldur's Gate 3 and why it's such a big deal, why it's so important, why it's so different from every other game, and why it deserves to be Game of the Year. But yeah, that's been voted for. Keep voting. Game of the Year, Baldur's Gate 3. Next category. Best game direction. Okay. I was hoping the games would be a bit different. I'm just going to be voting for Baldur's Gate 3 for all of it, honestly. I'd say Spider-Man has pretty good direction too. It feels like you're watching a movie, but I think Baldur's Gate 3 has it for direction as well. Best narrative. Again, Baldur's Gate 3 has a fantastic narrator. That voice is iconic. I just really like all the choices that you make, and like seeing it all react and hearing that narrator like explain everything. Yeah, I'm just simping for Baldur's Gate right now. Best art direction. Ooh, okay. Breath of the Wild. I mean, I called it Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom. I love the art style in that game, but it's not different from Breath of the Wild. So I think I'm gonna pass on it because it's similar to what we got. Alan Wake, Lies of P. I really like the new art style in Mario Bros. Wonder. I do like the changes that they made and the personality that the game has. But Hi-Fi Rush looks really good too. I really like the art style in that. This is hard. Let me look at some more pictures of the game. Hi-Fi Rush was a sleeper, honestly. Like, I was not expecting Bethesda. I'm pretty sure Bethesda made this. I was not expecting this kind of game to come from narrative, isn't it, for story, not necessarily the narration voice itself. Oh yeah, you know what, maybe that's right. You're probably right about that. But either way, I really liked Baldur's Gate's story overall. So either way, Baldur's Gate, whether it's the story or the actual narrator for the game, Baldur's Gate 3 home runs both of those categories. So, but thank you for clarifying that. But yeah, art direction. You know, Alan Wake 2 and Lies of P. I think a lot of games look like those games, so I'm just going to pass on both of those. And Tears of the Kingdom looks good, but again, it's really similar to Breath of the Wild. Mario Wonder is different. Hi-Fi Rush looks really aesthetic and nice too. I'm a Nintendo simp, but like I want to vote fair. Let me see like a trailer.
It's me. And you're probably wondering how I ended up here. Well, it's pretty standard. Check this out. Music player on my chest. It's powering up my new life.
Yeah, I think the art style in this game is really nice. I really like the cel-shaded comic book style. There's an echo. Okay, I'm just gonna mute it. Yeah, I do really like the art style in this game, the comic book style and aesthetic. I think it looks really good. Mario Bros. Wonder looks really good too. And it is different from traditional Mario games, but it's not that different on the grand scheme of things, whereas this is like a completely different vibe. What do you guys think? Do you guys, out of all these games, which one do you think has the best art direction? I think I'm gonna go for this one. It really stands out amongst all the other games. I think it deserves it, honestly. I would love for Mario to win something, but I think it really deserves it, to be honest. Hi-Fi. Yeah. Mario looks good, but like this game looks pretty amazing, honestly. I really like the art style, the direction that they chose with it. I don't know if you voted yet, Ionita, but I would love to see you stream this as well and see your choices. Oh, man, music. I've been actually listening to the Baldur's Gate music too, because it was pretty good. I could stream it, but I don't like voting when I don't play the games. True. That's how I felt last year. I really wanted to vote for Sonic. I think it was like competing with Genshin Impact for like best fan base, and it was like really close. And I wanted to vote for it, but I haven't played the newest Sonic yet at the time, and then I didn't, and then it lost, and it was sad. But yeah. Best score in music. I'm gonna give it to Baldur's Gate. I've been listening to the Baldur's Gate music, honestly. It's really good. Best audio design. How different is that from score and music? I think Hi-Fi Rush would probably take it here. It's more about sound effects and stuff like that. I think Hi-Fi Rush would more likely take it here. It is a really audio focused game. Next category. Best performance. Okay. Final Fantasy, Star Wars, Cyberpunk, Neil Newborn, Yuri Lowenthal. Okay. Okay. Who's Neil Newborn in Baldur's Gate? They all have really good voice actors in that game. Yuri is also really good too for Spider-Man. But I think, I don't know, I kind of feel like he doesn't really match the Peter Parker face. Don't tell me that's Astarion. That's Astarion? His voice is amazing. I will swoon for this guy. It is Astarion. It's the one character everyone simps for. Whether you're a girl or a guy, it doesn't matter. Everyone's in love with this dude. Okay. I choose Yuri. Yuri does a really good job too. But I'm gonna choose Astarion because I do think his voice sounds amazing. All the little dialogue options and everything. I do think it sounds amazing. When I kind of wish God of War was here because I do think that voice actor is phenomenal as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Neil. My dad, awesome performance. Really tricked me into thinking he was coming back. Wasn't that last year? Yeah, it was last year. Oh yeah, he did win, didn't he? He had like a long ass speech. I remember that. Okay, this is a new category that I'm not used to seeing. Innovation and accessibility, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technologies, and content to help games be enjoyed by even wider audience. I don't know what to vote for. Um, I'm assuming this is to like help people that might be like disabled or something, like being able to access the games easily. Um, I don't know what to vote for. I don't even I like maybe like a fighting game, since I feel like maybe you might have more options to play a fighting game. You know, there's controller, there's like a fight stick, um, maybe stuff like that. Uh, but I thought that was more like other companies like making things more accessible. Like I remember Xbox had like this controller that was this like board with buttons, and it was made for people that are disabled, which was really great. But I thought it was more like company specific than game specific. Time to do some research. Huh. Yeah, I don't. I don't know what to vote for now. Can I skip? I don't think I can skip. Okay, let's. Is Mortal Kombat 1 accessible? Visual accessibility features include a screen reader for all menu items, descriptive audio for all story cinematics, fatalities, and fatal blows, optional extra audio feedback to indicate the likes of ducking, blocking. Okay. Looks like it has some neat things there. A Street Fighter. Can someone just give me their opinion and I'll vote on behalf of them? Is Street Fighter 6 accessible? Accessing and adjusting Street Fighter 6's accessibility options is just as simple as players would hope. Under the main menu screen, players can access all accessibility options in terms of both control and audio by scrolling left to right. It's more about like color options or just skipping. It's more okay. So far, I think Mortal Kombat. Okay, Spider-Man 2 accessible. Spider-Man 2 has presets for vision, motor, hearing, motion sensitivity that will enable multiple options labeled for those specific disabilities without you having to go into the main menus and manually enable them yourself. Oh, that's pretty cool. Forza Motorsport accessibility. Okay, nothing really popped up. Oh, they're saying it's the most accessible Forza. Huh. I am not really equipped for this option. Okay, I can skip it. Yeah, I from my research, it sounds like they're all pretty good. Like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Spider-Man, they all have some kind of feature that makes it accessible, but I can't really just pick and choose one since none of those things really apply to me. None of those things really affect me, and I didn't hear anything about any of those games, so I think it will be kind of unfair for me to just randomly pick one. Like I was thinking of just picking like Spider-Man or Mortal Kombat, but honestly, like that's not really fair. It's not a fair vote for me to just randomly pick something. Games for Impact, I haven't played any one of these games, so unfortunately I will have to skip this as well. I've also actually never heard of any of these games. Has anyone? Hey, they're brown. Yeah, I never heard of any of these games. Space for the Unbound looks kind of interesting, but I'm gonna skip on that. Best ongoing. BRB. All right. You know, I'm gonna give it to Final Fantasy because I feel like they just pump out great content. Best community support, definitely Baldur's Gate. The mods and they have a great team. Best independent game, you know, Sea of Stars looks beautiful. I'm gonna give it to that. Best debut indie game. Haven't played any of these. Best mobile game. Honkai. I've never played any of these. I'm not gonna lie, out of all of these games, out of all these mobile games, can you guys guess the one I want to play the most? Someone. Anyone in chat right now, just guess what do you think Apex Ashan would want to play the most out of these 5 games? I want to see if you guys can guess. What looks like. And yes! Elias Galaxy knows me well. Too well. Hello Kitty is honestly the one that I would want to play. I don't know why, but Hello Kitty Island Adventure sounds kind of neat. It gives me kind of Animal Crossing vibes, alright? But I'm going to skip because I haven't played any of them. Best VR AR? I'm going to skip. I haven't seen any of it. But playing Res VR sounds kind of interesting. Best action game. Let's vote for Ghost Runner looks really cool. But I'm going to give it to Hi-Fi Rush since I think it looks pretty crazy. Best action. I'm going to give it to Spider-Man. I love Nintendo, but Spider-Man needs some kind of love. Best RPG. Baldur's Gate. Like, no question. Best fighting game. It's gonna. I've never heard of God of Rock or Pocket Bravery. Nick Bros is cool, but it's never gonna compete with Smash Bros. It's between Mortal Kombat 1 and Street Fighter 6. Both games look great, but I personally prefer Street Fighter. I'm gonna give it to Street Fighter. Best family game. I'm surprised you voted for Street Fighter as well, Ionita. I thought you always preferred MK. A little while ago, I think you weren't here, but there was like 5 mobile games, and I was like, guess which one Apex Ashan would play. Lice Fantasy guessed it perfectly. It was Hello Kitty. It wasn't Final Fantasy or Honkai. It was Hello Kitty. That was the one that I wanted to play the most. But yeah, I'm surprised you also agree for Street Fighter. I thought you would have said MK. Best family game. I've never heard of Disney Illusion Island, but it looks kind of neat. Party Animals is literally just gang beasts with a skin. Pikmin 4, I'm surprised is here. That's really underrated. Sonic Superstars, I really wanted to play, but Sonic Superstars seems kind of unfinished compared to Mario Bros. Wonder. Mario Bros. Wonder is a polished game. I think it's probably worth the money, but Sonic Superstars, I think, is not. Like, maybe it's like a $40 game from what I've seen of it. I really wanted to play it because it is multiplayer, but Mario Bros. Wonder, I feel like, is a much more polished game. And I've been playing it, and I've been having fun with it. Again, I'm not even that big into 2D platformers, but I've been enjoying Mario Wonder, especially with friends. So Mario Wonder has got this. We need to come over. We'll play some Mario Wonder together right now. Best sim strategy. I haven't. Hey, it's it's your favorite game, buddy. Just for you, buddy. Just for you, buddy. Best sports racing game. Wait, oh, best sports or racing game. Okay. I'm glad, Effie, you better. Honestly, even if you weren't here, I would have voted for Fire Emblem regardless. I think, yeah. Best sports game. I'm glad 2K is not here because 2K has been very lazy with their games. NBA 2K24 actually broke the record for the most negatively reviewed Steam game of all time. All time. And then for wrestling 2K, like 2K2020 was like the worst wrestling game. It was so bad that they canceled 2021. EA Sports FC24. That's like the first FIFA game that's not called FIFA. We got Forza and Hot Wheels is really random. The Crew Motorfest. Yeah, I think out of all, I'm not too into sports games. I'm not a big fan of them. But out of all of them, I would say Forza is the one that I like the most, or I find the most interesting. Now, if WWE, if a good WWE game was there, you know, that's different. Best multiplayer. Okay, I love Baldur's Gate 3, but I'm not going to give it best multiplayer because I feel like even though multiplayer in that game would be enjoyable, I think it's not like what it's best for, what it's best known for. And also, I feel like it's kind of hard to like enjoy Baldur's Gate 3 multiplayer to its like full capabilities because you're going to need to find a friend that can actually sit down with you and play the whole game through. And when you're talking to people, you know, I can't explain. I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 multiplayer because none of my friends have I tried playing multiplayer once, but it was complicated. Like the game wasn't running well, and like it was lagging, and it wasn't something that I could really do well. But based off of like Divinity multiplayer, which was really similar to Baldur's Gate multiplayer anyway, I feel like it's just a better experience playing the game by yourself. Like, I'm down to play Baldur's Gate 3 multiplayer. It's just that it's not what it's best known for. I feel like if to enjoy the game to its full capabilities, it's for you to be immersed in it, play it by yourself, enjoy the story, enjoy the adventure, enjoy it fully. Whereas like multiplayer, it's not bad, but it's not what the game basically strives at fully. Whereas like something like Street Fighter, like that, it is the multiplayer game. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is also pretty fun in multiplayer. Just you know, doing courses together, it's fun, it's enjoyable. Street Fighter or Mario Bros. Wonder, I'm like deciding. I've been enjoying both. Yeah, I had fun playing Street Fighter 6 multiplayer, and I had fun playing Mario Bros. Wonder multiplayer. Okay, what would I want to play right now? I don't know. This is hard. Street Fighter 6 is known for the multiplayer, but I've been really enjoying playing Mario Bros. Wonder with other people too. Oh, what should I vote for? What should I vote for? This is hard. You know, I voted for Street Fighter 6 for the one of the other awards. I think I'm gonna give it to Mario Bros. Wonder. You know, I love my Nintendo. I love playing Nintendo games with my friends. So I'm gonna give it to Mario Bros. You know, it's a good game, and I find it more fun with friends anyway. Best adaptation. Whoa, they have shows? Oh, okay. I was not expecting this. Mario Bros movie was great. Castlevania is also great. I haven't watched Gran Turismo yet, but I've been wanting to watch it. Then there's The Last of Us, which was blowing up the internet lately. Twisted Metal. Whew. Gotta be The Last of Us. But I really liked Mario Bros. Last of Us is probably gonna win though. It's been Last of Us got really mainstream. Like everyone who didn't play the game, everyone who hasn't played the game, everyone who doesn't even game, like they knew about The Last of Us. I think like Last of Us was already a big deal. It was already a big franchise. It was already winning Game of the Year and stuff like that. But when the show came out, I feel like it pushed Last of Us to like the even more of the mainstream. It became like a name that everyone knew. Like, hey, have you watched The Last of Us? It was like a show like Game of Thrones. Maybe not as big as Game of Thrones, but definitely like a show people talked about, non-gamers talked about. When a show brings in people who have never played the game and they talk about the show the way people talked about the game, it's definitely the best. True. Uh Honestly, it's kind of hard for me to vote though because I've only seen Mario Bros. I haven't seen Twisted Metal. It looked a little cringe. Last of Us looked like it would be a good show. Gran Turismo was based on a true story, which seemed kind of interesting, and they were playing that a lot in Cineplex. I've seen Castlevania Season 1, but I haven't seen Nocturne. So I find it kind of hard to vote here. because I've only seen Mario Bros. And as great as Last of Us might be, I haven't, I played the game, but I haven't seen the show yet. So I feel like it's not fair to vote for it if I haven't watched it. Which is why I want to see your stream. I want to see you talk about it and gush about it. But I think for now, I think I'm just gonna skip it for now since I've only seen Mario Bros. But who knows? I might come back to that category. Okay, most anticipated game. Recognizing an announced game that has demonstrated Can I not read? Announced the game that has demonstrably recognizing an announced game that has demonstrably illustrious demonstrably is I never demonstrably is a word. Demonstrated. Anyways, this is not English class. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2. That's something people are gonna love. I haven't seen it either, but out of everything that was in the list, The Last of Us was the only thing I saw constantly on Twitter at the time. That's true. That is true, honestly. Last of Us was... Well, I think Mario Bros. Was also, like, pretty big. I've been seeing it everywhere. It was really highly anticipated just because it's a Nintendo movie, but Last of Us literally became mainstream, so I do give it credit for that. It became like a household name. I think this is the third Final Fantasy game. The third Final Fantasy VII game. Hades 2. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to love that. Yakuza has a great, big fan base. Star Wars, I haven't really heard anything about this game, to be honest. But Tekken 8 is what I'm most excited for, honestly. It's one of my favorite fighting games of all time. So I'm going to give it to Tekken, honestly. I am pretty hyped for trying this game out. Content creators of the year. I've okay, out of all these ones, Final Fantasy VII, to be honest. All right, fair enough. Again, at that point, it's just like personal preference. At that point, you know, Hades has their big fan base. Yakuza has their big fan base. Final Fantasy VII, you know, I'm assuming that's the finale of the trilogy remake. I know people have been waiting for it for a long time, so if that wins, I can see that happening. Okay, I haven't seen anyone here except Iron Mouse, so I'm gonna vote for Iron Mouse. I've actually seen her streams a few times. I used to hate VTubers, but then some of the streamers that I watch became friends with her, and then I ended up watching her because of that. Okay, best esports game. For a game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players. Counter-Strike 2. I heard controversial opinions on Counter-Strike 2. A lot of people preferred when it was just Go. Dota, League of Legends, PUBG, Valorant. I guess out of all these games, the one that I played the most was Valorant. The one that I see a lot of people talk about is Valorant. Yeah, I guess I'll give it to Valorant. I wish Smash Bros. Was there. Best esports athlete. It's gotta be Dota. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anyone except Faker. Now, I don't know anyone here but Faker, and I do think Faker is going to win. But I'm not going to vote here because despite knowing Faker, hearing about him, and knowing he's probably going to win, I don't want to vote for anyone because I don't watch anyone here. I only know Smash Bros. Esports players or Pokemon Unite esports players. I don't want to just vote for Faker just because he's popular and other people want him to win. I don't think it's really fair. But he's probably going to win. I bit my lip. He's probably going to win. I can see him winning. He's the only one here I know. But again, I don't think it... I don't watch League of Legends esports matches. I don't really know anything about him other than that he's popular. So I don't think it's really my place here to vote. So I'm going to skip that for now. Ionita, do you know any of these teams? Evil Geniuses, Fnatic, JD Gaming. Again, I just like Nintendo games, guys. I'm just a Nintendo boy. You know, if it was like Luminosity or Team Liquid, you know, but I'm not the best guy in this category. So, unfortunately, I have to keep skipping. Best esports event. I'm gonna give this to Evo. Keep going. Evo, baby. Yeah! What? Oh, is that everything? Well, that's everything. That was the Game Awards Apex Ashan voting live stream. What did you guys think? What are your guys' opinions on it? Do you agree? Do you disagree? We got 17 days until the live show. Wait, what day is December 7th? I don't think I'm gonna... I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stream it, honestly, because I'm going to Australia on the day after. So I don't think I'll have time to be streaming it like one day before my flight, unfortunately. Which sucks. But Ionita, you should stream it. You should stream it so I can watch. But, you know, if I have any free time, I'll try streaming it. But, yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to, unfortunately. It's because it's so close to my flight. But, yeah, that was my Game Awards voting live stream. Let me know what you guys think. I probably will, to be honest. Okay, cool. I'll try to watch it. Hopefully I can catch it. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up the stream. Thank you guys for coming and enjoying this time with me, hanging out. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Have a good one. Mwah. I love you. Bye.